Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr, and it's time for the Thursday afternoon, just before Friday, Monday morning podcast. And I'm just checking in on you. What's going on? How are you? How's your week going? Are you having a rough one? Well, it's okay. It's almost over. It's Thursday, you know? Don't you hate your boss a little less on Thursday? He comes in, hey, go over there and do what I say. And you're like, oh, chubby cheeks. You know, would you love to say that to him? Just grab his muffin top. Oh, who wants me to do something? Can you technically get fired for that? All you have to do is just when you're going in for the disciplinary meeting, you just stay in the pocket. Just be like, I have no problem doing what this man says, but I can't fight the fact that, I think he's adorable. I mean, look at him. Don't you want to go up there and give him a little, Well, we'll put on a tie today, That's a fucking great way to get your ass fired. I don't know if everybody does it, though. There's strength in numbers. Is this like a Sally Field movie? Should I be fucking standing up holding a sign? Union, right? So brave. It was so brave what she did in the mine. Is there any word more overused in the entertainment, specifically the movie acting business, than brave? Jesus fucking Christ. Has any actor ever looked up that fucking word? The way you went out there with that bandana, it was such a brave performance. Oh, Jesus Christ, just go, when you go over to craft service and get yourself something that has yogurt in it, you're fucking stupid. Courageous, brave, important. This was a story that needed to be told. Oh my God, those fucking award shows. And it never dawns on them the irony that everything we're wearing, including with the sweatpants and t-shirt I have on right now, is all made in a sweatshop by some crying child at fucking 3 a.m. in whatever, Honduras or some shit, right? And they're all up there acting like they give a fuck about people. It's like you don't. You want to go in there. You want fucking Ruth Buzzy or whatever her fucking name is to say what you're wearing looks good, and then you want to win the shiny thing. And you want to cry and thank your mother and pretend you're down to earth. And go back to your fucking infinity pool. That's what you really want to do, right? Do a little fucking, have Jack Nicholson come over, do some blow off your titties, If you're a guy, who knows what you want to do out here? I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just having one of those scatterbrained days, and I went to bed early last night, as I always do. Whenever I go on tour with Verzi and Bartnick, I think all of us, for the next 3 days, have to, dry out and try to get about 14 hours sleep. So yeah, I'm off the booze. I'm off the cigars, the usual fucking thing. I'm all over the goddamn place. And, oh fuck, you know what somebody told me yesterday? Here's a new thing. All right. How fucking in this fucking world that just keeps getting more and more creepy. That whole Big Brother thing, but blah, 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 blah. And then people are saying, well, Big Brother, it turns out it's actually us. And it is. It is, because we just keep going along with this shit. Listen, here's the deal. Bill, just tell the fucking story before you go on your stupid little rant here. All right. So a buddy of mine tells me the other day, right, that a friend of his came over to do some work on his house because if you own a house, you're constantly trying to fix it so it doesn't fall down. That's what they don't tell you, when they show the commercial and the real estate commercials, A white picket fence, golden retriever. Your wife had 6 kids and she's still hot, right? Isn't that how the song goes? Anyways, and they're all running around their ridiculously green front yard playing frisbee. The dog's not trying to eat anybody. The wife's laughing. The kids are all good looking, right? Everything's fine, right? Nobody has a lisp. Nobody has, fucking jealousy issues, Guy doesn't have dad bod. They're just basically crushing it. And you just look at it and you're like, you know what? If I buy a house, I know I'm not going to look like that, but is that the mood I'm going to be in? It's like a drug, right? So anyways, he fucking, he fucking has this guy, his buddy, come over, do some work. So he goes to pay him, and as all good guys do, you don't need to pay me. You don't need to pay me. And he's like, no, come on, I want to pay you. Nah, I'm telling you, I'm not going to accept it. Just take the fucking money, right? They had to do a sketch like that with two polite friends, and it ends up in a knife fight. And one person finally kills the guy and then fucking stuffs the money in his mouth. Shouldn't they do a sketch like that? I think they should. Anyway, so he goes, so finally the guy goes, you don't have to pay me, just get me a case of beer. So the guy goes, fine. So the closest place that had a little bit of liquor was CVS. So he goes down to CVS. He buys the fucking case of beer, and the lady behind the counter goes, do you have an ID? And he's looking at her like, bitch, I'm 50. But he goes, do you really think you don't think I'm of age? She goes, no, I need to swipe your license. And he goes, for what? She goes, basically for health insurance purposes. They record, if you drink or not. And if you drink, your premium goes up because you're a drinker. Now, what the fuck does CVS give a shit about ratting everybody out who's a fucking booze face out there, right? Because you know what it is? The money that they're going to fucking be able to knock up, on your premium to pump it up, CVS gets a little kickback. That's how it fucking works. It's like when I drive you to fucking Amazon.com, right? If you go through my website, they give me a little, hey, thanks for sending some business our way. Break you off a couple of honeys, right? But I'm not costing you any more money. I'm the hero in this. I don't cost you any more money, whether you go directly to Amazon or if you go through my website. Doesn't make any difference to me. And I'm also not ratting you out. What I'm trying to say here is I am a way better person than CVS. No, I'm fucking with you. Look, we're all trying to make money out here, but that's fucking ridiculous. I was trying to look at it from the insurance company side of it, because goddamn well everybody goes in there and lies. Do you smoke? No. You drink? No. I mean, maybe I'll have a beer, I don't know, on the 4th of July to support the troops. Do you engage in any drug activity? Well, I mean, food's a drug, so technically yes, but I mean that other's, no, I wouldn't. Do you have unprotected sex with prostitutes? Listen, I got a phone call. Can I take this? You know the deal. You lie your fucking ass off. You're going to get life insurance. You lie your fucking ass off, right? So on one side, I actually have empathy for insurance companies because I understand that aspect of it, provided they ever fucking paid out any goddamn money remotely like they said they were gonna. You know the deal. You pay for insurance. They say you're covered. You say to them, hey, if this happens, am I going to be covered? Hey, if I got the old stub the toe insurance. So if I wake up in the morning, I stub my toe, okay? I'm a man. I can take it. But if I break my fucking toe, okay? And, my job is to skip on stage every night. If I have to take a night off, can you kick me, the fucking $25 feature spot money? Can you kick that to me? They're like, absolutely. I go, all right, so if I break my toe, stub my toe in my house, I'm covered. Absolutely, you're covered, right? Then what happens? You stub your toe, you break it, you fucking call them up. They're like, okay, I got to send it through the you're not getting paid quadrant of the fucking insurance company. Then they come back, and what do? They'll give you like fucking $13 instead of the $25 they owed you. Now, I know 13 between 25 doesn't seem like a lot of money, right? But you just ratchet that up there, right? What if they owed you $250 and they only gave you $130? What if they owed you $25,000 and they only gave you fucking $6,000? That's what the fuck they do. They are in the business of taking your fucking money and buying themselves a yacht and fucking banging Victoria's Secret models in the ass while looking at the next year's model of fucking yachts. That's what they're in the business of. They are not in the business of fucking helping people. They're in the business of taking your money, telling you that you're going to be covered, and then when you go, dude, what the fuck, right? They go, yeah, go fuck yourself because we got more money. Take it or leave it, right? And what should happen is like, when, you remember the Mighty Heroes? When they would send out that little signal and they'd all fucking, Diaper Man and Strong Man, they'd all turn into something, or was it Batman? I don't fucking remember what. Everybody who's insured by that company should go at those cunts and be like, dude, what the fuck? I thought you said this guy was covered. This is what you're doing to him. You're going to do it to all of us, right? I'm going back to the Sally Field thing. You know what the problem is nobody likes their neighbor. You know, you look across at him, you look at the car he's driving, you look at his wife. You either don't understand what he bought or you want it. There's never a middle ground like, yeah, you know, I'm pretty much on par with this guy and my ego can handle living across from him. You're either going to resent him or not understand him. So then when he gets fucked out of money, he's telling you the story, you're sitting there nodding your head, acting like you don't like it, but you hate to admit it. There's a part of your soul that's getting filled up, isn't it? Admit it. You don't like your neighbors, right? If it really came down to it, don't you want a house as big as your house and your neighbors? Wouldn't it be great if they just weren't there anymore? And somehow there wasn't any like forensics and they could figure out that you hastened his demise and took over his house? Just added a fucking hallway between your house and his, right? And then the whole other house is yours, right? So when your wife and kids are driving you nuts, you just say, listen, Daddy's going over to his other life. I'll be back when I can deal with you. And everybody just looks at you like that family in that real estate commercial, just smiling and waving, being like, yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Right? Then you go in there, right? It's anything you want. You got booze. You got cigars. You know? You got a masseuse / a fucking whore. They ought to have the timeout room for a married guy, you know? And I know what you ladies are thinking. Well, why don't they have a timeout room for women? And you know what I say? Well, why don't you come up with it? The world doesn't owe you a round of drinks, okay? And goddamn it, you got that multitasking brain. Why don't you sit down with a couple other broads? What would be in your room? You know, a bunch of shit that makes you live longer. See, if you notice with the guy, everything I said would slowly fucking kill me. The booze, the cigars, the whores, all of it. It just eats away at your soul and your fucking liver. Right? Women would go in there. One of the first things they'd probably want is like the most beautiful fucking tub they ever could find so they could take a nice fucking bath, you know, with their crazy little fucking soaps, right? Have a whole spa day. And they'd have a friend that they could sit down and get all of that resentment out of their heart with someone who can actually listen to it. They download all of that shit. They just totally clean up their soul before they go into the next room and get fucking banged by Brad Pitt, you know, or whoever the fucking Jake Gyllenhaal guy is nowadays. Who is it? Is it Justin Bieber? Hasn't he become a man yet? He's in his 20s, right? He's riding the wave out of teen idoldom, slowly becoming a man, right? As long as he doesn't remake Blue Lagoon, I think that kid's going to be all right. Anyways, oh, Jesus Christ, there's 12 minutes of your life you'll never get back, huh? You know what today is about, everybody? Today's not about you. Today's not about me. Today's not even about America. You know what today is about? Today is about the Boston Bruins versus the Detroit Red Wings. That's what it's all about. Okay? It's funny that they play all these fucking games and it can come down to one goddamn game. For those of you who don't watch hockey, all right, which is kind of me, I just pay attention to it because you fucking cunt. Can my password ever work the first fucking time? You know, they're always like, you know, that's not secure enough. Well, it's like it's so fucking secure I can't do it on one time while I'm still in a fucking podcast. Jesus fucking Christ. Anyways, they play all these goddamn games. Let me get back into the nice soothing tone that I had earlier. They play all these fucking games. 80 goddamn games, whatever the hell it is. And you would think that, you know, by now everything would be all sorted out. Right? Let's go to the playoff picture. The playoff picture. Here we go. I didn't need a picture. I need a how about a playoff bracket? I can't read that shit. Bracket challenge. The fucking standings. That's how old I am. I feel like if I just yell at a website, it'll do what I want. All right. So the fucking Red Wings have 93 points. Oh, they got 93? That's right, because they beat the fucking filthy Flyers. Oh, the Flyers needed that one. The Flyers needed that one. For some reason, I root for the Philadelphia Flyers. I like them. You know what I mean? I know that they've been dirty and fought and all that shit, but you can't tell me it wasn't entertaining. You know? Ron Hextall coming flying out of the net because he's pissed that he lost the Stanley Cup Finals. I've always enjoyed that shit. I don't like their fans, but I really like their team. But, Philly fans work at you making you not like them. So they did the job with me. I don't like them. So Detroit beat them. So as of right now, Detroit has 93 points. Philadelphia has 91. The Bruins have 91. But for whatever fucking reason, I guess head-to-head, or we have a game at hand. I don't know what. We're still under the fucking bar line. So basically tonight, the Red Wings, I think, could solidify, unless they have two more games. Look, if Detroit wins tonight, they're either in or they have totally fucking, they'd have to basically put me in net to not make the playoffs. But if the Bruins win, we will go up 2 points on the Philadelphia Flyers. And this is the biggest fucking game. They're all big games this week, but this is this is a big one this week. And I know the Red Wings haven't been the greatest in the past few years, but they got enough guys left. Oh, and by the way, I want to say a shout out to that fucking Twitter cunt that fucking laughed at me when I said, Carolina fucking, I feel like they always get the best of us. And he was saying like, oh, well, the Bruins are 6-0-2 the last fucking time. Well, you know something? I never forgot that Game 7 in 2009 when they came back and they fucking beat us. And just every time there's a big game like that, something, they always beat us. And what happens? We played those cunts, and what happened? What happened? They ended up beating us in a shootout, but we did get 1 point, thank Christ. I think you do, right? Don't you get 1 point? I don't know. Every time I turn it on, they fucking change the rule. Now they're doing 3-on-3 in the overtime, which I like, but, it makes me feel like I blacked out for 5 years. So anyways, we got to win that game tonight. And I was hoping Detroit would look a little more tired than they did last night, but they totally looked like they were on their fucking game. The one thing we got going is it's back-to-back. Which usually during the season you'd have a letdown, but there's too much at stake. So I think this is going to be a tough game. And I don't know. My heart says we're going to win, but I don't know. We'll see. It's been tough for us lately. All right, let's. And by the way, the amount of people that hate the fucking Bruins, it's like, for what? We've won one cup in 40 years. The fuck is your problem? I love when all fucking teams sit there and they act like, this team's dirty and this team has excuses, but our team's fucking squeaky clean. I see the pieces of shit on my team just the way I see them on your team. I see your fucking coaches screaming and yelling anytime anybody touches your players, and then when your players touch somebody else, they don't give a fuck. Everybody does that. It's called being an immature cunt. Welcome to the party. Have a seat. Can I get you a drink? All right, score big, everybody. A little bit of advertisements. You're paying too much for tickets. Between all the markups and last-minute convenience charges, even printed home fees, they really charge you to print tickets at home? It's fucking unbelievable. All those types of charges, I'm telling you, that just ends up, that's just somebody standing in a foyer of a house he can't afford, just raining money down on prostitutes. You ever watch American Greed? That's that. It gradually all adds up to that. All right, you end up paying courtside prices for nosebleed seats. Scorebig.com is here to change that. Did you know that 40% of all live tickets go unsold? Did you know that? And did you know that there's a place to get seats at huge savings? It's called Scorebig.com. Scorebig works directly with your favorite teams and artists to get their unsold seats at unpublished prices. Only at Scorebig.com can you name a ticket price and be guaranteed to pay below box office up to 60% off. Here's all you got to do. Number one, go to Scorebig.com and find the event and seats you want. 2, like this little bilingual shit for you here, huh? Make an offer with Scorebig's name, a ticket price feature. 3, oh, Jesus. Trois, and what is it? 1, 2, 3. Get an instant answer and save up to 60% on your tickets. I realize I've never seen a French referee count somebody out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fini. No surprise fees and free shipping. Wait, did I say get an instant answer and save up to 60% on your tickets? No surprise fees and free shipping, just unbeatable prices on great seats. And when you're in great seats, you actually enjoy the game or the show all the more. Next time, because as you're hammered telling everybody, you'll be that guy, how much did you pay? Next time you go and see any game or show, go to Scorebig first and see how much you can save. Go to scorebig.com right now, click on the microphone, enter the promo code Burr, and you'll save an extra $20 off your first ticket price. That's scorebig.com, promo code Burr. Hey! Scorebig.com, promo code Burr, B-U-R-R. I remember one time I went to a game, and the guy was like, hey, how'd you get tickets? It's like, oh, I scalped them. Yeah, how much you pay? And I answered him. He's like, yeah, we got these for this. It's like, oh, yeah, does that make you feel better, you tight fuck? Every once in a while, it's like, just in those moments, you're like, why did I just let another adult do that to me? Then you hate yourself. Then you're a little surly to your wife. And next thing you know, yeah, she's not banging you. Boll and Branch. You probably spend more time with your bed sheets than anything else you own. You really shouldn't skimp on your bedding, but most people do because great sheets are very expensive. Thanks to Boll and Branch, that's not the case anymore. And when you spend the big bucks on sheets with a super high thread count, you think you're getting the best. But what you're really getting is marketing mumbo jumbo. Oh my God, dude. Am I really going to have to read 5 paragraphs about sheets? Thread counts have nothing to do with quality. And don't get me started on so-called Egyptian cotton. The fuck is that? That just the name of a plant grown in Pakistan and China. Well, didn't back in the day, didn't the white man bring his ships over there for all the fucking spices and sheets? Isn't that what happened? You value your sleep. Don't put words in my mouth, but you know what? You're right, you instinctive son of a bitch. But whenever you head to a department store, you're forced to pay a huge markup for sheets that aren't even that great. Boll and Branch sheets are different. First of all, let me cross my legs during this part. First of all, sit down and let me tell you a story. You can only get them at bollandbranch.com, so you're paying for quality sheets and not for overhead. And quite frankly, they're the most comfortable sheets in the world. They're made with entirely organic cotton, and a night sleeping on Boll and Branch sheets makes your day so much better. 3 U.S. presidents sleep on Boll and Branch. Well, how do you know that? Isn't that like a security issue? Jesus, how filthy are Bill Clinton's? That fucking animal. These are people who can afford to sleep on any brand of sheets in the world, and they even choose Boll and Branch. How can they afford to sleep on any brand in the world? They only make $400,000 a year before taxes. Oh, that's right, because then they give speeches for fucking $500,000 a night to everybody who put them in office. So they wash their bribe money. Oh, shut up, Bill. Okay, here we go. They even cut out all the middlemen department store markups, which, by the way, are up to 800%. So you're getting amazing, luxurious sheets for a couple of $100. Boll and Branch is so confident. Oh, this is all capital letters. Boll and Branch is so confident you'll love their sheets that they'll let you try them completely risk-free for 30 nights. Jerk off on them, fuck on them, sleep on them, drool on them. We don't give a shit. It gets even better. If you order right now, they'll give you 50% off a set of sheets plus free shipping. Just go to bollandbranch.com. That's B-O-L-L and branch.com and use the promo code Burr. That's right. In case you just said, is that right? That is right. Get $50 off a sheet set immediately by going to BOLL and BRANCH.com and using the promo code Burr. All right. Mercifully, here's the last one. LegalZoom. Number 1, reliability. More than 1 million people have already trusted LegalZoom to start their business. In corporations, LLCs, nonprofits, DBAs, and more. Using LegalZoom to get started the right way. Number 2, dose. Experience you can count on LegalZoom. Experience you can count on. LegalZoom. Oh, experience, period. You can count on LegalZoom for all the details. They've been helping all types of business owners for 15 years. Number 3, helpful support. They have the right people standing by, ready to help you with your questions, all based in the U.S. Number 4, Jesus Christ, legal advice. LegalZoom isn't a law firm, so they built a network of independent attorneys. In 48 states, you'll get answers to your legal questions, and they can review supplier contracts, employment laws, and help with most of the day-to-day situations that pop up. Dude, this is how you know these guys are on point, is because they need to be on point, and you need people who can't even write fucking exciting copy. This copy is so fucking dry, you know that these guys are going to dot all the I's and cross all the T's. Even the ladies. You know what I mean? I don't mean, when I say guys, I mean everybody. Well, that's a sexist term. Well, I don't give a fuck. All right. And finally, number 5. No surprise here. LegalZoom, no surprises. Sorry. LegalZoom provides complete transparency with upfront pricing and customer reviews with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Make the smart choice for your business at LegalZoom.com today. And don't forget to enter Burr at the checkout to save even more. That's LegalZoom.com. All right. And it's over. It's over. All right. You guys want some drum nerd shit before I get off the podcast? Wind it down here. You guys know that song by Sting, Love is Stronger Than Justice? A lot of people sleep on Sting, because he comes out all yogaed up, still looking like he could bang a 22-year-old, and everybody's like, oh, man, that's fucking baby boomer elevator music. Well, I like it. There's a song on, 10 Summers Tales. There's a song, Love is Stronger Than Justice. This is some drum nerd shit. Now, I've listened to that song at least 1,000 fucking times, and I thought it was like, I don't know if it's bar or measure. I don't know how you say it. I thought you counted 7 twice. Then you counted 4-4, then 3-4, and then 7. Right? Can I actually play this here? Why don't I play the fucking song? I'll show you this. This is the dumbest shit I think I'm going to do. Oh, that's right. I can't play it on my fucking laptop for whatever fucking reason. Yeah, because I have too many things signed into fucking iTunes, and then my old shit, I don't remember the password for. Now, I thought the big brother was looking at me through the camera. Can't they fucking see? Can't they see that it's me? Let me see if I can fucking play this for you. All right, so I always thought that this is how you counted it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Right? It finally dawned on me today that when I was counting 4, 4, and then 3, 4, 4 plus 3 is 7, so you can count the whole fucking thing in 7. That ain't the one. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. So it's really 4 fucking measures of 7. And I was like, oh, they're playing in fucking 7 twice. Then they go 4, 4. Then it's 3, 4. Then it's back to 7. Right? It's like, no, stupid. They're just making it sound like it's in 4, 4. And then all of a sudden they lop off one beat. And you're like, oh, what the fuck? We're back to 1 again? Which really is the layman's term for still being in 7. I learned that while walking at Pitbull picking up dog shit this morning. Huh? What the fuck have you been doing? So anyways, how the fuck do I get out of this? In defense of me, as much as I also love that album, that fucking, out of all the new shit that I listened to, as I watched the Grammys, and I was like, I am downloading everything that wins some Grammys here, right? Not everything, but, so I downloaded, I can't remember, Alabama Shakes, The Weeknd, Leonardo DiCaprio. What the fuck's that guy, that rapper who won everything? I can never remember. Kendrick Lamar, right? I downloaded all this shit and I like all of this stuff. I got to tell you, the one that actually I like the best is The Weeknd. I just think it's an unbelievable album. Unbelievable. The guy's got an amazing voice. And some of the songs, he really does sound a lot like Michael Jackson, but not even in a bad way, just like influenced by the guy. So this morning when I was walking around the block, I listened to Rat, Round and Round, starting the day off with a little Bobby Blotzer, right? Then I listened to that Sting song, and I was thinking and that's what I figured out. Wait a minute, 4 and 3 is 7. What the fuck? Literally picking up dog shit with a big goofy grin on my face, and this fucking beautiful woman jogged by looking at me like, is this guy excited about dog shit? Is he listening to a podcast about dog shit? Just one of those moments, You're just like, yeah, whatever, Anyways. And then I was just like, all right, as much as I keep trying to listen to new music, I keep going back to the shit I listened to when I was growing up. So, out of all the ones that I keep coming back to, that guy's fucking album, I just think it's the shit. So I'm not 100% over the hill. You know what I mean? And I actually have, unbeknownst to me, I have a college gig coming up, which I'm very excited about. I rarely do college gigs anymore. I don't know why. You know, I have to keep doing college kids because I got to keep my fan base being, you know, I got to keep getting the next generation of people. It's how it works. You know, you don't want to grow old with your crowd and they're just reminding you how old you are. It's like I should only think that, you know, twice a day when I'm brushing my teeth. You know, put the toothpaste on, you start brushing, you look up. Ah, Jesus, who the fuck? Oh, it's me. You know, I only want to feel that twice. I don't want to feel that twice in a day. But what happens is if you just kind of stay, you know, with your fan base, you know, they get married, and they have kids, and even if they want to come out, they're so fucking tired, they just want to sleep if they actually get a moment. You know what I mean? So you got to keep the young kids coming out, the young kids that can't feel their face, but they love it. Oh, Jesus. All right. That's the just checking in for you on your podcast. I will talk to you guys on Monday. I hope you have a great weekend. You cunts, and please enjoy this music. And we will say what music it is on the Twitter, at the MMP Twitter account, and whatever. And then you guys can all bitch, oh, this fucking lame music, you ought to play this. Yeah, well, have your own fucking podcast, you fucking... All right, see ya. Depressed dude. A Billy cunt! Exclamation point. I've been listening to your podcast for years. Your deranged, psychopathic perspective reminds me I'm not the only one shaking ladders. I don't know what that means. Is this guy from Boston? I've been listening to the podcast for years. Your deranged, psychopathic perspective reminds me I'm not the only one shaking ladders, kid. Nah, it still doesn't sound, even if in the accent. Shaking ladders. I don't know what that means. Anyways, I got a problem. You know, I was in Boston all last week, so the Boston accent kind of came back. The whole, I got a problem. Instead of saying, get a job, get a job. Dude, he needs to get a job. And for those of you working on your Boston accents, J-O-B, just say like jaw, like I'm going to punch you in the jaw, and then B, job. Got to get a fucking job. You know what kills me right now is like fucking 200 of you right now just muttering to yourself, get a fucking job in your cubicle. Freaking out your coworkers, just mumbling, get a fucking job. You fucking cocksucker. I got a problem. For years now, I've been trapped in my KFC and wet wipes. Okay, that's disgusting. I used to be a bodybuilder, an actor, and a comedian with fucking prospects right in front of me. But then adulthood raped me in the eyes. Oh, Jesus. Could you be more dramatic? This sounds like that fucking chick from Sex and the City. Crazy broad broke my heart. This is the guy again. Crazy broad broke my heart. I had to cut away old friends and family shutting me out of their smiles. All right, dude, this is like getting creepier with each sentence. If you don't bring this around in like 2 sentences, I'm going to abandon this. I had to cut away from old friends and family shutting me out of their smiles. Dude, what did you do that your friends and family decided they didn't want to be around you? Anyways, I don't feel sorry for myself or want any pity. You're not going to get any. So good. I'm glad you don't. He goes, I just want to know how to get out of this never-ending routine of demise. Well, first of all, I would stop using those goth death metal words. You know, demise. What else you got in here? Adult raped me in the eyes. These are like song lyrics? You know? Depressed dude. What would be the name of this? Trapped in my KFC and wet wipes. Right? That sounds like I can't sing like that. Rape me in the eyes. This routine of demise. All these fucking kids getting like fucking whiplash. I work too much in a job that was supposed to pay for my comedy career when I don't work. I was supposed to pay for my comedy career when I don't work. When I don't work, I sleep or watch endless DVDs. I'm 24 years old. Oh, what the fuck? This reads like you're 56, dude. He goes, I'm tired all the time from all the hating of the world, and my body just won't listen to the screaming frustration in my soul. Dude, you listen to progressive metal, I'm guessing, by the words you use here. Either that or you play Dungeons and Dragons.
I'm really not helping your depression by shitting on you through all of this. Don't worry, I'm going to give you some sunshine here in the end here. So I sometimes get a spark of motivation to get back in shape and start writing script, but it only lasts for a day or two at the most. Yeah, exactly. And then the work comes, and you have to keep going. And that's what separates the people in life who fucking work and make it and those who don't. You know? Everything's fun for a couple of fucking days. I'm going to get shredded. I'm going to join a boxing gym. I'm going to look like I'm going to fight in a title fight. You go down there, you skip rope, I'm going to get abs. You're doing all the fucking shit. And 2 days in, after 2 days, you get tired. All right? And that's where you need the discipline to get up and go over there even though you don't want to. You know? People who've written Oscar-winning scripts, I bet they don't like fucking doing it on a certain level. But they keep going. So I would just tell you to keep fucking going. Anyways, let me read the rest of this overly dramatic shit. I've lost all faith in the world, have nothing to fight for anymore. I respect your go fuck yourself attitude and want to know what you did to finally pick yourself up from your darkest inflicted depression. Sorry it's not the funniest emails, but I could really do with you. I know, dude. I'm fucking with you. I know you're going through some shit. So here we go. I'm going to help you out here. First thing I would do, get rid of the KFC and wet wipes. All right? If you're already kind of a depressed dude, if you eat bad food, that's just going to add, because I'm just speaking personally. Once again, not a licensed guy here in case you throw yourself off the fucking roof, all right? Yeah, number one, this is what I do. Go out and get something healthy to eat. Drink some water, okay? Get 8 hours sleep, wake up and eat something healthy. Then go to the grocery store when you're full and go buy a bunch of healthy shit. Okay? Chop up the veggies, chop up the lettuce, get a fucking salad already made in there so you don't have to think about it. All right? Cook up some fucking chicken, chop that shit up, make some chicken salad. You got that in there too. Get yourself some fucking lunch meat and get yourself some real bread from a fucking bakery. Start with that bullshit. You start eating right and then just start working out. You're automatically going to feel good about yourself and fucking stick with that. As far as that other shit goes, dude, you're 24 years old. All right? I started comedy when I was 24. You sound like you've already been doing it and quit. So you're ahead of where I was at your age. So there's no reason to be depressed. All right? This is how I got beyond my depression was I just started observing it. I looked at it as a spectator rather than feeling a thought and just accepting it and then being dragged to the bottom of the fucking ocean with it. I just started to pay attention. I just sat there and listened to what my brain was telling me. And it was a bunch of negative, oh, my God, I'm going to fail. I'm going to have to go back, move in with my parents, and they're going to die. I'm not going to be able to afford to pay for the house, and then I'm going to be homeless, and then I'm just going to die. And, nothing's ever going to work out for me, Those were the thoughts I was having. So I just sat back and observed them, and I just started going, I don't want to think that. I want to think that. And I would just, as I felt them coming, I would just replace it with like a positive thought. I know this is really corny and simple, but I kind of started doing that. And the more I did that, because it didn't quite work. Actually, it didn't work in the beginning at all, but like I just kept doing it more and more. And then I just became conscious of when my brain was going in that direction. And working out helps me. Eating right helps me. Going down to a comedy club telling jokes helps me out. Playing drums. Wrestling with my dog. Taking Nia out to dinner. Just go do something like, it's just a choice. July 30th, it's only going to happen once. Am I going to fucking be a miserable cunt on this? Or like I said, July 30th, 2012 is only going to happen once. It's just a fucking choice, dude. So, if what you're dealing with is clinical, then it's obviously way beyond me. So I don't need, and then I don't have to fucking apologize like Fred Willard. I'm sorry that you didn't go to a psychiatrist and you went to a hacky comedian instead. Evidently, that's my fault. All right. Why don't we end with this segment? I'm sure I can do another 10 minutes on this to give you at least 45 minutes for the week. Let's end with this segment, Oh, Jesus, which is really taking on a life of its own. I thought it was going to die, but it has somehow risen. Okay, here we go. Get ready for Bill is the dumbest person on the planet. All right, Bill, for what it's worth, I think you're fucking crazy and irresponsible, exclamation point. I can never say that. Exclaim.
Exclamation. There we go. Exclamation point. That's one of the, those words that you kind of know how to say, but you just sort of fly through them. Exclamation point. What kind of person talks about God like that? And I love this shit. This is what they all do. You should, and I believe deep down inside you are, be ashamed of yourself, dude. This is what I love about these fucking maniacs is they're so wrapped up into what they believe that they listen to how much this person just keeps fucking including other invisible people and then superimposing what he believes into what, he thinks I truly believe. Because he's so wrapped up in his own fucking world that he can't possibly even fathom that somebody has a difference of opinion on this subject. So he goes, you should, and I believe deep down inside you are, be ashamed of yourself, dude. Are your mom and dad still alive? What exactly does that have to do with anything? Your shtick with respect to God is hurtful, offensive, and despicable. Three things. It always has to be three things. It can't be hurtful and despicable or offensive and hurtful. It has to be hurtful, offensive, and despicable. Just like comedy, it has to come in threes. How difficult it must be to spew hatred and vulgarities for shock value laughs. No talent in that, my friend. That's the classic place that people go. Whenever you, this is the classic guy where everything is funny until it comes around to the subject that they take seriously 100%, and no one can even joke about it or even question it on any level. And then they always say that you're just doing it for shock because they find it shocking. It's like, really, my views on women haven't been, that didn't offend you. All the shit that I've said over the 2 fucking years, none of that has offended you, and now all of a sudden this does. Anyway, so he goes, enjoy your success, air quotes, and all the money you are making on the backs of hardworking, decent people that understand what it means to follow the rules and be the best they can be without putting other people and God down. The rest of us are watching, and we are not laughing. Dude, how many people are in your bedroom as you're... Do you have a group podcast listening party every week? All right, let's get back to that. Oh, evidently I am making money on the backs of hardworking, decent people. So let me get this straight. Because I'm standing on a stage, evidently what I'm doing is not hard work. And if people are sitting in the audience, automatically they are all decent, hardworking people. And not only that, I'm making money on the backs of them. Really? Do I have some sort of comedy sweatshop, comedy factory with sweatshop labor? What I do is actually takes advantage of no one. I stand on a stage and I tell jokes, and if you like what I say, you sit and listen, and if you don't, you walk out. Right? Where and I love how just because you're in the crowd, that means you're a decent human being. Do you know the amount of fucking freaks and scumbags that come up to me? This is what I found at a comedy show. For the most part, decent people, they leave after the show. I don't want to bug them, and then they walk out. And then maniacs come up to me, let's do some Jaeger, and they fucking spitting in your face and shit, believe me. All right, but I know I made fun of God, so now, now all of a sudden you want to talk about people making money off of decent, hardworking people? Take a look at fucking organized religion. All right, those guys are living pretty good, scaring the fucking shit out of you every goddamn week. All right, and I'm entitled to an opinion, and I never was cramming my opinion down your throat. I wasn't. Okay, you believe in what you believe in, and I 100% respect that, but I have the right to question it. And you shouldn't find it shocking that I question it. Shouldn't you just be what Jesus would do? Wouldn't Jesus just start praying for me? Anyways, let's continue this. Just in case you're interested, I was raised Catholic, married and raised my children Catholic, and definitely have my doubts about the whole organized religion thing. Great, so you agree with me. Not even sure that I believe in God. Once again, there's another point that we agree on. I lost my father 3 years ago and never would have uttered these words in his presence. Neither would I. Why did my voice go up so high? Neither would I. Dude, I did it on a podcast. All right, I'm sorry your father passed away, but, that has nothing to do with me. Do you understand what you're doing here? Now all of a sudden you're making it seem like I'm walking in with my Mr. Microphone into the intensive care saying there's no God.
whispering into somebody's ear in a coma. You just go into the ground. We're all like deer. I'm not doing that. I'm doing a podcast and I'm fucking around. All right? If you want to take it seriously, that's your problem, okay? And if you want to bring up your father passing away as some way to try to guilt me into feeling like I mean, what I'm saying in a hateful, hurtful fucking way, dude, those are all your issues. They have nothing to do with me. All right? Then he goes on to say that his dad believed that there is something out there responsible for all the beauty in the world, in our world, and for our lives as human beings. I don't even disagree with that. I just know human beings have no idea what it is until they fucking die. So I'm not going to sit there and listen to another human being who tries to scare the shit out of me and who's living in a fucking palace telling me that if I become rich, I'm not going to heaven. I'm not out of my mind to think that reeks of a fucking scam the same way late at night when they have those fucking gold coins that evidently are worth $50 and they're selling them for $19.99. That doesn't reek of a scam. Somebody actually sent me an email. Of course, I didn't save it. Evidently, it's sprayed with like $1 something worth of gold. Okay, so they're making, what is that, a 2,000% profit? All right? Believe it or not, just because you're walking around talking about religion and the afterlife and doing unto others, and you're talking this great game, it doesn't mean that you can't be full of shit. All right? Okay, and I'm not saying that I'm right about what I feel, but this is just it reeks of a scam. I really believe that there is some sort of thing out there, and I wouldn't be surprised if there is something after this. I wouldn't be surprised if you just go into the ground and you decay and you give life to the next fucking thing. I wouldn't be surprised if Earth is punishment for something that I did in a different solar system. That's another thing about religion. Forget about the dinosaurs, is it doesn't even bring up space. Okay, let's say there is this all-powerful being, okay? Okay, and I'm just trying to question this right now, so I'm not trying to be shocking, or I'm just questioning this. Let's say there is this all-powerful being that created everything that there is, okay? The entire solar system. Why would you do all of that and just put people on this one planet? That's like you created... And you built this house that has an infinity, basically, amount of rooms, bedrooms, and you just put everybody, you're only using one room in the house. It doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. And that's the one thing about Scientology. For as much shit as people give Scientology, at least it has the brains to incorporate outer space. You know? I don't know if that's a really good point or if that's really fucking stupid, but, I don't fucking know. So anyways, yeah, dude, I wasn't trying to offend you or anything that you fucking... I was just trying to be funny, and I'm just fucking around. And if you want to take this shit seriously, that is totally your fucking choice. That's it. All right? I'm fucking done with that. All right, let's move on to the next person trashing me. What the fuck? Where the fuck is it? Ah, Jesus Christ. I think I only put one of them. I thought I had another one. I'm really disorganized this week. That's because you don't have Jesus in your life. You don't have Jesus. Another guy said, I love how you pick on a punching bag of religion, basically saying like it's very easy to make fun of Christians, but I don't dare make fun of Muslims. Because if you make fun of them, oh shit, look what's going to happen, which I thought was fucking hilarious. Because the person was sitting there talking about how insensitive I am, and then basically in a roundabout way, we're alluding to the fact that people who are Muslim means that you're a fucking, you're going to blow up, like they're all going to blow up planes and that type of shit, I went to a wedding one time. This girl was Pakistani, and they actually addressed that what they fucking hated was that all, Christians thought that all of them just wanted to walk around blowing up shit. And I also thought it was funny that this guy's fucking sitting there suggesting that people, just because they're Christian, that they're peaceful. When, what is it, once every 18 months, some Jesus freak fucking kills an abortion doctor? That's pretty much par for the course, isn't it? No, and it's not safe to make fun of Jesus freaks. It really isn't. It really fucking isn't. And I think Bill Maher is out of his fucking mind to say what he says, or actually has balls the size of the Grand Canyon to say what the fuck he says and then just walk out and wade into those people and just, I would never do that shit. Anyways, I got to admit, the level with which that people take this shit seriously, it actually kind of creeps me out to continue talking about this shit. So this might be the last fucking week of it, because I've definitely made my fucking points. And at this point, we're just going to go around in circles, and I'm just going to piss people off. So let's move on to this last guy, who actually brought up some great points. All right, he said a bunch of nice stuff, and then he said, all right, enough with the dick sucking. I was going to criticize religion, but to describe those beliefs is to mock them. Yeah, and you know what, dude? That's what I learned. Yeah, if you describe them, then you start making fun of them, and then everybody gets mad. Or, as you're saying, they're just so ridiculous, you just have to, Anyways, let's fly ahead here. He said, you mentioned needing a code in the absence of religion to live by. I'm not sure how much of the I don't read thing is a shtick, but I recommend an excellent text used in an intro to undergrad ethics course called The Elements of Moral Philosophy by James, I don't know if that's Raquel's or Rachel's. Everybody goes on and on about Jesus, but Socrates, who defined morality as how we ought to live, led a compelling life, as you probably know. Actually, I don't. I just know him as a party reference. What are you, fucking Socrates? That's one of those references that even morons can use and get away with. And I'm sad to say I'm one of those people. He said, I didn't know this shit. He was found guilty of corrupting the youth. He thought Zeus, Venus, Ares, etc. smacked of bullshit. All right? Think about that right there. Corrupting the youth. Now, Christians, Muslims, and everybody today would say that, yeah, that is bullshit, that those people do not exist. Because now we've evolved to there's only one God. There's only one bank. There's one world power. And let's see. And as punishment, he was forced to take his own life by drinking hemlock poison. Once again, another death because of organized religion. These Jesus freaks, these people who are into fucking... one of the reasons why I don't make fun of the Muslim religion is really because I don't know anything about it. And the reason why I make fun of Christianity is because that's what I was brought up in. Those are the stories that I hear. And all I know about Muslims is basically... the couple wars with Iraq. So I basically don't know shit. I just think you wrap your women up in bounty paper towels and then cut their clits off. Am I wrong? Am I wrong on that one? They're not allowed to show their fucking thongs because you're going to get an erection, and because you wear that bed sheet, everybody's going to fucking see it. I don't know anything about it, but I would definitely make fun of it if I knew something about it. But I don't, all right? And I reserve the right to make fun of the fucking religion that I was brought up in. So anyways, he says, Socrates was a humble man, famously announcing, all I know is my ignorance. He sought, when I love people who would take that at face value. See, he said he was a fucking moron. Right there, Jesus is the solution. He sought answers to questions, whereas religion prohibits questioning answers. How fucking brilliant. This guy's really smart. You should do a podcast instead of me. I'm a fucking idiot. Listen to that. He sought answers to questions, whereas religion prohibits questioning answers. And if anything fucking proves that, it's the 50 emails I got this week. I like how I'm actually asking like I'm questioning religion on any sort of intelligent level. I think I am. Just because I say cunt and fuck doesn't mean I'm not bringing up some good questions. All right, let's finish this. For Socrates, the unexamined life is not worth living. His sentiments on marriage and nagging women are remarkably similar to your own. So, underrated Socrates, overrated Jesus. That is the one thing, and I'm not being a dick here, that I don't understand about people who, like, I respect people who are raised in a religion or find a religion that speaks to them and that they decide to commit their lives to. What I don't understand is, and it brings you this peace, right? Am I wrong there? All right, so it brings you this peace. But then if anybody questions that belief that you have, how quickly it turns violent. Like the amount of people who die because they question these
holy people. Is you don't find that fucking like hilarious and ridiculous on any level? Like they're sitting there calling the other person the devil because they're questioning their beliefs. And they're saying that other person is going to hell, and then they turn around and kill the person because they don't believe in the holy, pure way that they live their life. I mean, I can't get behind that. I can't get behind that the same way as just because you're a Red Sox fan, you can't recognize the talent of Derek Jeter. And I got to be like, dude, fuck him, he's a fag. No, he's the shit. I don't fucking know. Why do I continue with this shit? I don't know. I don't fucking know. Anyways, that's the podcast for this week. And once again, I'm not disrespecting your religions, okay? But this is my podcast, and when I bring shit up, I fucking go off on it, and I definitely go over the top. Saying that somebody was playing the upright bass with Jesus' jugular is fucking hilarious because it's over the top, and I believe the God in my world thinks it's funny. He's God. Why would he be intimidated? That's another thing, too. I don't understand why God would make all this stuff, okay, and then just be so angry all the time. Jesus Christ, here I go. I'm back in it again. I got a lot of questions. Fuck you. It's my podcast. That's why I don't understand. You know, is it more like, you know, when you build a bookshelf and you're standing back admiring your work and then it falls down on the floor and you're like, God damn fucking piece of shit. And you start blaming the bookshelf even though you made it. And you're the one who put it up there. You know? I guess technically God didn't make... He didn't make titty bars. I guess those are man-made. But, you know, the broads in them are wow, I'm really fucking... I was just going to say made in his image. Isn't that what you guys say? They found the devil. That's the devil. They got the devil in them. All right, whatever. All I'm saying is because it really got serious this week. People really got they took it a little too seriously, all right? So back the fuck off. Stop taking it so goddamn seriously. And, you know, why don't you actually practice what your preacher preaches, and why don't you go pray for me? Why don't you do that instead of coming on here telling me, you know, giving me your wrath? Isn't that one of the 7 deadly sins, you fucking maniacs? You're just as fucked up as I am, and you don't know shit either. All right. All right, I'm sorry. God bless all of you. Okay? I hope you find what works for you. And seriously, if I'm bugging you, don't listen to the podcast. God knows I'm not making any money off it. I don't give a fuck. That's it. You guys all have a great week. And I tell you where I was going to be this week, but I'm worried some Jesus freak is going to show up. So that's it. That's it. Have a great week. And I'll talk to you next Monday, hopefully.